So I have a genuine question. And if you know me, then you know that this is coming from a loving place. And I promise I'm not a pick me. I'm genuinely concerned. So I was talking to a male friend of mine, and we were talking about this whole trending topic of, men should just leave women alone, period, right? And I feel like it's very divisive. Not gonna lie, I'm just gonna say that I feel like it's very divisive, but I know that he is not allowed to make a video saying these things, so I'm going to say it. If men should not approach women in public, because we're living under the assumption that all men are bad, and women aren't gonna approach men because that's just thirsty. What the fuck are we doing? Like, genuinely, what the fuck are we doing? Like, when did all men become bad?
Well, because they're not. And that's the thing. That's the disingenuous aspect of it. This narrative that all black men, let's be clear, because they're not referring to other races of men. They're talking about black men. So that's the part that's causing the divide. It's really not the men, in my opinion, that's causing the majority of the divide. It's the women, because modern women have gotten to a space to where they believe they believe their own hype. They want to push this narrative that all black men are just inherently bad and they're this and they're that. But then you on the flip side, when you're really not getting approached by them and they're not, checking for you, now you want to start to ask questions why? Because they know that all men aren't bad. They know all black men aren't. They know they're all of them are bad. They know this, but I think they want to push this somehow to force men to do what they want them to do. I don't know. A lot of black women have this mentality that they could control a black man. And see, now that that control is slipping away because the men aren't, you can't shame them into doing what you want. It's bothering them. So now they're just constantly complaining about all men, putting them all in that category. They're all this, they're all that, because the ones that you want to do certain things are not doing it anymore. They're not taking on you and your kids. They're not taking any type of behavior from you. So now it's the shaming game. Shame them till you force them to believe, because they don't know any better. It's like they really belittle black men and put black men down as if they don't know any better. And the moment they show you, hey, we listen to what you're saying and we're not going to just yield to you just because, they don't like it. So it's a shaming tactic, and it's a way, for them to lash out against black men because they're mad that men are not doing what they want. That's part of it. And it is a divide, but I think the women are the ones who are causing it. But let's continue.
Use the example of I have been treated like shit from men, but I still do not believe that they're all bad. And that's the only example I care to share. However, this conversation is extremely divisive. And my friend would tell me like stories where he would be extremely respectful to women and they're still very like, ew, like leave me alone. Like, are we okay? And I think about that one fucking time I was approached at the gas station, and that shit made my entire fucking day. So if men want to approach a woman, there's almost like that reservation that, no, I'm not going to do it because she probably thinks I'm a weirdo, or I'm a creep, or I'm cringe, or I'm goofy, I'm this, I'm that. But that particular woman might actually be okay with it. But social media has conditioned us to believe.
No, I think they realize it when they're not, when the consequences start to appear. When men are not approaching, now you see videos of women complaining about it and asking why. But y'all forget y'all told them not to. You said you didn't want him to approach. And the thing about that is, if it's a guy that she finds attractive, it's okay for them to approach. But if he's a guy that she doesn't find attractive, then, oh, he's a creep and he's a widow. So they're selective in their approach. So what they're saying is, we don't want the creepy guys, whoever that might be, to approach us. But the ones we like, oh yeah, you can approach, as if men know, exactly what you want. They can't read your mind. They don't know what you're attracted to. They don't know what you like. So that's basically what they're saying. Hey, the ones that we are attracted to, y'all can approach. We don't mean for all y'all not to approach, just certain ones. But it is definitely causing a divide. And the question is, what are y'all doing? What is wrong with you? Because people are so superficial, and they're looking for a vibe, and they're looking for a certain look. And if they don't see that, automatically they just brush it off. Oh, please don't talk to me. So you're not realizing when you put that out there and you tell men not to talk to you, they're all getting the message. Every man watching is getting the message that, oh, don't approach them. Oh, they think we're creeps. Okay, well, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to waste my time. So I'm not going to approach. I'm going to move on and figure something out. Because that's what men do. They figure it out. They don't go on social media and complain like women and whine all day and cry about their feelings and their issues. They take that, whatever it is, whether good or bad, and they go figure it out. They go to themselves and they go do what they feel or deem necessary to get what they need to get. They're not going to whine about it. Most men are not going to be in their feelings and their emotions like a woman. They're going to go and figure it out, whatever that looks like. And women, on the other hand, are sitting back still wondering, now you're going out, and now the clubs are losing money from what I hear, because men aren't clubbing. They're not going out. What's the point? If women don't want us to approach them, what's the point of going out? What's the point of trying to, approach these women and buy them drinks and do all this? We rather stay at home. This is what they're finding, that men are staying at home and rather watch porn and play their video games and stay in their house. And so now women are like, where are all the men? Where y'all at? They're minding their business and keeping their peace because y'all said y'all didn't want them to approach. So why should they be running behind you? It doesn't make sense. Let's continue.
Like, do you understand the manipulation that this is doing? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing shit from a different perspective, but I do not think all men are bad. I just don't. And I don't understand the logic behind that. But like I said, maybe I'm seeing it from a different perspective, a healed perspective. I don't fucking know. Okay, quick disclaimer, because I know how y'all move over here. I am fully aware that there are some male predators out there that are wanting and wishing to harm women. I am fully fucking aware of that. However, I wish we could come to a solution, because I do think it is dangerous to just assume that every single human being on the planet is out to harm us. That is a very lonely way to live. So I wish we could somehow come to a conclusion or a solution or something, because men are literally scared to speak to women.
I think, they're just cautious. They don't want to be considered creeps and all of that when they know they're not. You know what I mean? And a lot of men are just done and fed up with the nature of women. That's another thing. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. When a man is done, he's done. When they get fed up, they get fed up. They don't go back and forth like women do. We go back and forth, or we want something and we think about, maybe I want it, maybe I don't. No, when they make their mind up, and they move on. And that's the part that I think a lot of women don't realize. So it's no going back and forth with the man. This is why most men, when they have issues in their marriages and relationships, they're willing to work it out. They're willing to stay and work it out because they made that commitment. No matter how rough it is, they're like, okay, I committed to this, so I gotta stay here. And so this is why the women end up leaving, because women go back and forth. You change your mind. 1 minute you want something, when it gets too rough, you ready to walk away and throw in the towel. But a lot of men are more, more committed than women are. Women like to change their mind. Men don't do that most of the time. So, yeah, I just think, women have told men that they don't want them to approach, and they're not approaching. The same way men, women, got rid of chivalry. Y'all didn't want men to open the door, so you didn't want them to do it. So now they don't do it. And now you're complaining about it because now you want it. Well, you can't go back and forth. Make up your mind, know what you want, and accept the consequences that are associated with that. That's it. Men are not approaching because y'all told them to. You told them they creeps if they did. And they said, okay, if I'm a creep, then I'm just going to leave you alone. And they're leaving y'all alone. And now you're complaining about that. Figure out what you want. Make up your mind and stick to it. Stop blaming men for the consequences of your choices. Y'all chose it. You got it. Now deal with it. It's up to the women to figure this out, not the men. The men are only responding to what you put out there. And that's it. If you want change, y'all going to have to be the one to change it this time. That's just my thoughts.